How you doing today, my guy?
I'm doing well. I'm just trying to make sure that I show up on the screen here before I get to talking to you. All right, we Gucci.
Yeah, we here. I made sure we do this. But I am
Yeah.
indeed looking cute, looking clean, looking sexy. And we talking Miss Marvel episode 2. We didn't get a chance to do episode 1 because again I was out of town. I don't know if everybody saw it last week, so we're doing it today. We here, and we got a lot to talk about. It's very interesting. We got a lot that we could dive into. But first, let's get thoughts. Joe, how did you like this episode? How you like this series since we ended the episode?
I don't know. I guess if we're gonna start from just one, I think it's a quick. This will be just a quick overview. Basically, what I got from it. I think that what's it called? Moon Knight opened the door for us to be like, all right, maybe you can use some ancient items to be stuff or help you do stuff. So it kind of like opened the door and then got us wanting to know about the past. There's a lot of history in this show that they're talking about. Very interesting. But also she trying to be a teenager. Like it's not like she's not popular at all, but she's different and they just going through that. And I hope that helps a lot of kids out there that's just going through life doing stuff, and you are a hero if you believe yourself to be one. And so she finally gets her powers and she's trying to learn how to use them now, and this is a very scary part, just like being a teenager and growing up. That's the scariest part.
I'm way more invested in her regular story than I am her superhero story. I want to see how her mom and her reconcile at the end of the season.
Yeah, I think this probably. Yeah, I mean, I think it was a good dynamic. The story outside of her being a hero has been fun. Disney's been doing a good job with that. I think we saw that with Moon Knight as well. Like, man, who is these three people inside this man's head? Like, I kind of want to know his life story, because we only got to see Moon Knight just a couple of times. So, at this point, we haven't seen a lot of the hero aspect of it, but we get to see a lot of her life. I like that.
And is Bruno gonna finally just like go in there? Because he getting a little jealous when what's my name? What's my man name? I got him on it. Cameron. He came in there. He like you like I like Bollywood movies. Okay, I see what you doing.
Man, he was hating good in that car, but in
With
this
4 people in the back seat. How you hating with 4 people?
This is Disney, dog. We don't talk about Bruno.
4 people. How you hating with 4 people in the back seat, yo? It's too many.
That's the number one Disney song in America for like the last year. We don't talk about we don't talk about Bruno, and that's what happened. We don't talk to Bruno about anything.
You singing? There's a lot of musical like stuff, like some little Bollywood elements in it. I like that.
It's a nice mix. Like they give you some like. First of all, y'all started the first episode off with The Weeknd.
I feel like,
and I was like, oh,
to a new show, right?
I guess I like
does it too. It's like you just got to start something with The Weeknd. We need to just get Weeknd to make us a beat and just start off with him, just like make an intro. Get Key Credit Player to make a beat and just have him just do like an intro song.
Dog, that dude is tripping. The Weeknd, he's like, man, I got plenty of tracks. Pick one. I got facial surgery to get done, man. I ain't got time to fool with Disney. But yeah, musical elements. This second episode, they talked about. The music gonna be played at the wedding. It's a cover band for I can't remember what they said.
Jovi, right?
Bon Jovi, yeah, cover band for Bon Jovi. I'm liking this multicultural because I actually was going into this show. I was going to be upset about ain't no brothers or sisters on there, and I was like, we've seen this trope before. The immigrant girl becomes best friends with the white kid, you know what I'm saying, and they go on all these adventures and all this stuff. I was going to be like, man, they're not mixing cultures enough. I was like, man, I think Disney needs to have some representation with black people actually being like, we're not doing it just because both of them is different cultures. We doing this because, like they should show that, because I think a lot of people maybe in that community, maybe they look at black folk, differently. And they need to show that it's okay. That it doesn't matter what you look like, what culture you come from. Y'all can be friends. And then that opens the door for us to try and understand each other's cultures, because, hey, okay, people talk shit about us eating fried chicken all the time. Well, I'm over here looking at my man's gyros, bro, and I'm like, man, I kind of want one. That looks good. I've not had a real one. I've got them from King gyros and all them, but I ain't never had like a real deal, from I'm just gonna say Muslim or Pakistani, from a Pakistani person. I've never had food from there, and like, y'all come over my house for fried chicken. I can come over your house for falafels and stuff, man.
By the way, I did send you why everybody have a problem with watermelon. That trope. I did send you that.
Yeah, I read
it. Group chat. I don't know if you read it, but
I read 2 different ones. They said, so the one you said about the whole, if you want to go into that about explaining that, but the one I saw said that they would go to India and all they would do is eat watermelon, and like that's just the British people talking about it, and then they would just throw the rinds on the street, and so that made it seem like they was lazy and they was dirty people. That's why they put that stigma on black folk. That's what I read.
Both of them, but mine was like, it's something in the South, because reason I know that, my grandpa did watermelon and they tried to make fun of him and hurt his business. So, but they needed him, so they kind of didn't try to kill him off, but they tried to make him work for him. So it's a very interesting thing. My grandpa was a sharecropper. My dad was a sharecropper.
Mm-hmm.
Dad literally he had a missed spring semester for 3 years of high school, so he graduated at like 20. Because he had to take off for being a sharecropper. Which puts you in kind of perspective on how long it's really been compared to what most people think. But back to this culture, this show.
y'all like think about it. Think about how young I am. My dad just passed away recently, like in the last 3-4 years. So think about y'all dad. He was older brother too. But end of the day, think about that, y'all. That it wasn't that long ago.
I like the show because it introduced me to their culture more so. Well, I kind of been because of my friend Mina, but my little sis, aka Mina on Twitch. But it showed me some stuff she talked about, and maybe that made it even more interesting. And then you get to see their parents and how similar. By the way, foreign parents seem to all be the same, which is unique. Like people say black parents the same. No, it's a different. It's gaps of different levels. But every foreign person, their mom is. It's not necessarily the same, but one is real strict, and one is like happy-go-lucky. In this case, the mom strict, the daddy happy-go-lucky. In other cases, the dad strict and the mom happy-go-lucky. But it's always like that dynamic, no matter what. And it's always interesting to see that, like literally, somebody play good cop, bad cop.
Like, how did y'all fall in love? Y'all so different.
Yeah, but it's always. It was some stuff I want to go over. They showed love to the stupid Thomas Edison bird that was Miss Marvel's first villain, and one of her paintings was the bird. Then the thing was called Edison in the back about the light bulb. So they showed tropes to the first bird because they like, we not putting this in the show, but we will show love to our first villain. There's a lot of hints that they might be inhuman. Because when Bruno did his little DNA test, he like, oh, your power don't come from that thing. That what's it called? Let me.
The bangle.
Yeah, the bangle. It's not coming from the bangle. It's coming from you. Thing just activated it in your bloodstream. So I'm like, inhuman. Is this how we get introduced to inhuman? And plus, when it activated, she saw all those people.
Yeah, she went back in the day.
So I'm like, are those all inhumans too? And her parents tried to get away from all that. Her mom did, or not her parents. Her mom tried to get away from all that. It sets up a lot. Like, I care about the history and if they inhumans more than I care about her saving people. Like, just keep this show this, and then she can fight somebody. Just let us go through the history. Let us find out what her great grandma did. And next episode, I guess we find out who Cameron's mother is. Are they really related? Because they pretended to be cousins. Are they really cousins? Because that's the same lady she saw in her vision before the thing. But it's a lot of interesting stuff. I'm looking forward to see if this is the introduction of Inhumans. Because it wouldn't be the introduction because we did see Black Bolt and Doctor Strange spoilers. But that movie out of theaters now, so
you know, her friend, what is she? I don't understand. What is her friend, the girl? That you know.
She's like her mother. But she's like, I think she's mixed mother. Or white passing. They try to they did the colors thing, and like I don't be accepted by either. But I just embrace myself.
Too white. She's too white for some people, but then too ethnic for others. So I'm wondering because I can't
mix with like white and Arab.
Interesting. That's interesting. Wow, that's okay. Because I thought that, and then I also thought maybe she was a convert. She's rich, whatever she is. Apparently, she's rich. What they steal from her at the mosque? Some Balenciagas. Or
by the way, that kid, the one she saved, had the shoes on. I like how they pointed at the shoes when he was like that. When she like threw the thing, it was her shoes that he had on. So the little boy she saved, clearly stole her shoes.
Man, that was whatever it is. That's the Islamic Arab word for payback. Whatever revenge is, that was supposed to happen to him. And he's talking about, my ankle.
He committed haram, dog. Shout out to the Muslim. I love that word. Shout out to me.
And what's it? Asalam? I'm gonna learn. We'll learn a lot. I just like, man, but I'm saying that inclusion. Like, if I could be Kamala's. Not, and we ain't talking about hair, so I ain't seen that girl in 3 years or 2 years, maybe one.
Yeah, she dancing overseas. Not dealing with high gas prices.
She is not dead. She hasn't seen a pump in years. But this Kamala Khan, she like. I feel like, man, I would be her friend, and I can be her platonic friend. Like, she seems like a fun person. Like, I'm liking that they're going that angle, that there's the platonic friend angle. They want us to imply that Bruno likes her.
Comic book,
but
they hints at it too, but she never. In the comics, she likes Nova and Miles Morales, which would be very interesting. She like Miles Morales, and they give Joe what he wants.
Yeah.
That would literally get Jody Moore if he's like Miles Morales. Which I wonder when they introduce her.
because that'd be fun. And just kind
Come
of
on, Sony,
jumping
let
back,
that.
let it happen. And even if it's in like Spider-Verse and she's a surprise. But I gotta say, going back into to like where I was like, man, dang, they don't really got any like black people into this. Well, we saw that her brother is getting married to a sister girl, and I was happy. I was happy to see that, but I don't know if she was converted or if she's already, she already
I think she's a
is
convert. Like
she
her natural tone seems like convert more than.
like very
Yeah, she's
American, like
very
raised and
Yeah,
driven.
she's even her references to things, and she do Kamala like this. Not your good. That's it.
Yeah,
I've been around.
yeah,
I've been around Jersey
that
City.
was. Yeah, I've been around Jersey City. I enough to know. I came from the hoods of Jersey City to know it. But she could have also came up Muslim. We don't know much about her, but that's just our
I'm
first
just talking
glimpse and
about
all
in
we can
terms
get.
of she was Americanized. She probably born here more so than Kamala, because they said that we left our country to come. She
Right.
was like a
And
natural. Over.
right. So I'm just saying they threw her in there. Like I'm not sure how I look at it, but I was happy that she be in there, and I was happy how they embraced her.
And it was
Um.
natural. It wasn't no like, oh, here's a token.
Yep. Yeah. And man, shout out to her brothers Fitz too. By the way, they be kind of cold, man. I
They
ain't gonna
do.
lie, man. He got some cold villain like outfits. Yeah,
And we
yeah,
found out
man.
he
I like.
worked at Hot Topic. He did.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
He had like the tooth necklace they said he had, all black. It made him feel human in a family, and I respect it because I like a lot of times these comic book shows look like you don't have a family. It's like, okay, they just there. Your family just there as placeholders, and it's like, nah, we'll laugh at this table, we'll get mad at you, we'll get upset, we'll disagree. But the mom seemed in this episode like, okay, I was a little hard on you, but it's cause I want you safe. I know I've been not letting you do something, so I'm gonna let you do something today. But make sure you
Like
come through the front though. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, maybe it was like some real stuff, right? Like, okay, you growing
yeah,
up. She even said it. You growing up. I understand it. I might was a little hard on you. I still don't want you doing it. I just want you to know that. But you can go to your friend
if,
house.
if you're gonna do it, be respectful about it.
Yeah. And I'm like, that's realistic, and I love that because a lot of shows, like I said, a lot of these families on these shows, even in Eternals, let's talk about old boy family. Um, it seemed like they were just there as a placeholder. Yo, go save him. This is the only role in the movie.
Yeah.
Like, why is he here? You don't have to be here. This feel like, okay, they're necessary. They're a big part of the story, and I liked it. I liked it.
I think about Wonder Woman and her job at the museum and how that was we thought that he would maybe be a sidekick or something while she's still no, they just people she worked with.
Yeah, they're just there. Even Moon Knight did a relatively decent job at the people. Like, they had purpose in the show. Some people,
Yeah.
even the security guard was just there to make them look crazy, and then that's it. But at least it's a purpose, because I'm telling you, a lot of shows they introduce people, they give you whole names, and then they just there just to be there.
Oh, don't get me on the scenes where they walking down the hallway with the camera on them while they having a whole discussion. Never see them again. They hit them corners and stuff, and they just sitting there talking. Yeah.
By the way, update from the comic book: Cameron is also an Inhuman, and his color is blue, which they hinted at a lot because Kamala wore purple.
Mm-hmm.
He wore blue. I also like that the power is kind of similar to stretching. Except for it's not stretching. We saw more of that today. We saw hands and grabbing and pushing doors and all that. So it's stretchy, but it's not the stretchy that you think that she had in the comic books quite. So it's very interesting. I like the fact, even though it's kind of not growing on me quite yet, but maybe they just start slowly. Maybe when she mastered it more. Because I did like the fact that she still don't know what she's doing. Because I hate when people just get superpowers and they automatically know how to do stuff. They're like, spit, pop, pop, pop. That boy get tossed around.
Yeah. I like that.
So that was like some real stuff.
Cause you throw in a 2-hour movie, next thing you know, Tobey Maguire's swinging through the hood.
Fully know what he doing, how to climb the wall.
Really know what he doing. Like I'm like, bruh, you've never moved your body to swing off of something and flip like that ever in your life, and then just know that if you shoot that web right there, it's gonna catch how you want it to, and you gonna swing again. I just, but I'm liking I'm liking her journey. They ain't doing no montage of her like they did the montage of training, but she ain't get much better.
It was a
You know what I'm
day, so
saying?
it's like normally do it a day, and and then she like tried out her power. Okay, I can't do this, I can't do that. I just can do this. I don't have super strength. Even when I put it big, when I make it big, it's heavy. And I can't lift it because that's not my power. My power is to project
Mhm.
it. So when I make my hand big, it falls to the ground. I'm like, oh, I can't lift this up. It like give her like, okay, she's trying out her power, which is dope. I like that. That's the
Yeah.
good thing about having a TV show too, because I feel like the Eternals could use a lot of this.
Yeah. Like let's talk about how you come to grips with having these amazing powers and where you come from.
That's the one thing I do like about the show. Also, how do you like the lighting? Because I think the lighting kind of makes it. It's for kids, but it's like hip hoppy, coolish.
It was giving me streamer,
Yeah,
like a streamer background. Like that's what kids like. Like that's a Fortnite, like somebody set up. That's what it was giving me that as far as the lighting goes. And I thought that's like I immediately thought that I was like, yeah, they trying to make her a streamer or something.
um,
But she got a YouTube channel. She got 5 views before, so
yeah. Her friend has 1 million people on TikTok. Apparently, I don't know. It's
the
basically TikTok. They don't. I don't think they call it TikTok. It's TikTok.
you talking about the gal?
Yeah, the one
Yeah.
that the weird police is just harassing for no reason. Like I just picked you up. Why you pick her up for? Like,
Oh, you talking about? I thought you talking about her homegirl with the hajib
oh
on.
no,
I thought
I'm
you
talking
talking
about
about her.
Grace. Ain't her name Grace? Start with a G. I
I
think it's Grace.
don't know, like Sarah or Sue or some shit, but that might be just me being to my white folk tropes. So she was secretly down because she was a quote unquote bully and messing with her all the time, but at the same
I don't
time,
know if she was
I never
quite a bully. I think she's just a clout chaser.
she threw that ball at her and made her nose bleed. No
Well,
girl
that's
stepped
kind of
up
her
to her.
fault for just standing there, like her mind ace.
She was she
Bro,
was
her
playing
hand was right
defense.
there, and she was thinking about something, and she threw the ball to her, and she didn't react at all. It's her fault.
Oh, okay.
It's her fault. Zoe, that's her name. Zoe.
Zoe.
Who is Grace? Zoe.
So like she was a closeted uh Captain Marvel fan apparently, or maybe she just did it for the clout.
Shout out to her for using Carol Danvers' first Miss Marvel costume. That's what the costume she wore. When she was like, "Oh, that's not even Captain America's costume. That's the original Captain America when Carol Danvers took over costume." So that was it. By the way, did you notice the QR code on every one of the shows? It's on the wall in all Disney shows, so you can get like a free comic book.
Oh no, I didn't know
The
that.
episode they have free QR codes. And I've been wondering why the QR codes, so I used it today, and it's like episode 15 of comic book issue 15 of Miss Marvel. Like I didn't. This show is completely new to me with Kamala Khan.
And again, they're giving me a character. Apparently, I was reading up on Kamala a little bit, and apparently she's relatively new. She just came out just about 10 years ago. So
Yeah, that's
it's
what I'm saying.
a
It started
big
about
change from the 80s.
it started out with her character because everybody know Carol Danvers, Miss Marvel. If you know.
Well, so Captain Marvel and Ms. Marvel are somehow supposed to be the same somehow, or
Captain Marvel started out as Captain Marvel. By the way, he had a band too. That's how he got his power. He's a Kree creation, which she is gonna 100% be a Kree creation because that thing is Kree technology. So I know they're gonna introduce that. I don't know if she's gonna be officially Inhuman though. Kree created the Inhumans. Kree created Captain Marvel, who was the original Captain Marvel, and he went crazy and got caught in the dark dimension somehow because they trapped him because he went insane. And then Monica Rambeau became Captain Marvel for a little bit. Maria Rambeau, one of them, and then as you saw in the Doctor Strange movie was Captain Marvel. And then Carol Danvers became it. But Carol Danvers was first Miss Marvel, who later became Kamala Khan.
Well, I think we have some insight on who great grandma may be. She may have been pulled into the void, like you said about the original Marvel. So, I mean, that might be some insight. That's a guess.
Then she
But we
disappeared.
definitely we're gonna definitely find out a lot more because now we're trying to figure it out. I saw when Cameron when he jumped out that pool and it was kind of athletic and he would like belly flopped and he was unscathed.
That pool
I
was
was like,
small and it was cold, bro. Everybody had jackets on, dog. It's clearly winter.
and he was
He
just
the only
like,
dude with no shirt on. I'm like, this dude ain't normal, bro.
and he's the new senior. I was like, oh, there goes our villain.
Oh,
It's probably gonna be a Ray and Ben solo kind of thing where like she gonna have to bring him to the light because he's being manipulated by whatever dark
their
forces
mom or whoever.
manipulating him. He got bread. You seen he had the lights on the inside
You see
through
that
the
car?
doors and stuff.
The car
So
is amazing.
yeah. So
And he
when
was
he
willing to
come,
let her drive it. He's like, hey, you can have it. Yeah, I mean, you
yeah,
can
I'm
drive
I'm
it. Bro, she wrecked cars all day. Like, I don't care about this.
So he may come from long money, which would be amassed throughout generations. So he may be coming from that, but it's some
And
behind
he
it.
knew who
So
she was too, by the way. He knew she had powers, which is very interesting. Because he, at the end of the show, for everybody that don't know, at the end of the show, those people, I forgot what they call them now, the cleanup crew, basically what they call them. I forgot their official name. What they do is clean up superhero messes and enhance people. They found her, used the drones on her. She did like she did in the video game, which was cool. She throwing drones at each other. She usually throw them with hands, but this time she used the little purple power, which was cool because that's a callback to the video game. And then
which video game?
the, the Avengers. By the way,
That's
on Game Pass. If y'all watch tomorrow episode, y'all gonna know.
that one.
That ain't
Okay.
Guardians of the Galaxy all on Game Pass. I've been hearing this so much, I gotta do it too now. But yeah, and then she got on the back of the bus. Dude said, "Get in the car." He knew what she was. Obviously, put a tracking device on her. There ain't no way he knew she was right there. Get in the car, and he's like, "I've been waiting to meet you a long time." Meaning, which is the woman she saw in the visions. Which means she's probably the big bad or an ancestor who's gonna tell her about Inhumans or whatever they decide to call them. They gotta be Inhuman, right? But we're gonna find out a lot. We're gonna find out a lot next episode. Plus, they cut them off after 2. All the reviewers, so nobody know what's going on now. So I think they did the same thing with Moon Knight, except they let them see 4 episodes, and then in the 5th episode, we know they start meeting the guys and stuff. So I think in this episode they explain everything.
Oh yeah, I think this is gonna be heavy on the
Yeah,
information.
so I'm hoping it's Inhumans because that makes the most sense. But yeah, I'm actually shocked at how much I like this show. I'm not gonna lie. I went in like it's gonna be something I just gotta watch just to keep up with the movies. And I'm like, I thoroughly like that's how I felt about Hawkeye. Like it's just something to keep up with the Thunderbolts for the future.
Right.
That's how I felt. And they introduced Kingpin, which I thought was a dope introduction. Like, okay, we getting Daredevil and Echo, so that's cool. But it wasn't like somehow I enjoyed it, but it was like it was interesting. I didn't hate watching it, but it wasn't like, oh my god, I can't wait for next week. This show I'm kind of waiting. I'm like, I want to know what they are. That's a good thing.
Yeah, I'm excited. But I mean, at least the Bangle gave us some insight as to like, okay, that's how she got her powers. But so I mean, they come with the explanation. Disney's been doing pretty good. So this is holding us over until Thor, which is coming out very soon, y'all. So
Less than a month.
Mm-hmm.
Less than a month. July 8th.
I think me and the boys gonna give it till what that Sunday or Monday after it come out, maybe, before we give our thoughts on it. I think
I might give it a little early because I probably go Thursday, Friday, but we'll do a group show on it.
No doubt. Well, that's all I got for this episode. I just can't wait for episode 3. Like I said, we both let you know that we are very invested in her life and her culture outside of being the superhero that she is now. And can't wait to see all them developments, how all this stuff develops. That's where I'm at.
And at the end, I want to know y'all thoughts too, because I feel like Marvel is the one show I feel like knocked every character out the just home run on every character they put. Because I don't see nobody else as Miss Marvel. Like this is 100% a goofy nerd, Captain Marvel lover, Carol Danvers enthusiast. Listen to every podcast, dorky little girl. Just
Yep.
and I'm like, and watching her interviews, I'm like, that's her in real life. By the way, watch the interview with BuzzFeed when she completed the only movie she forgot was like Captain Marvel. She was going off a list of Marvel movies in 1 minute, and she just missed Captain Marvel, which is hilarious.
This reminds me of Elliot Page, who used to be Ellen Page. Ellen Page was the same person on and off the screen. Y'all know her from Juno. Ellen Page was the same person on and off the screen. And it's like it just translated over perfectly every time. Like I was like, we're gonna give you a script and you read it, and then Ellen at the time would just read it. So that might be how this girl is. But that's all I got for this episode, bro.
Yeah, let us know your thoughts. Let us know how you feel about the show, everything. Joe, where can they find you?
UnicoWilliams.com. New episode Do You Hear Me coming out on Thursday at 9 o'clock in the morning. Might be noon, not really sure, just depending on when I feel like uploading this. Special guest, the old co-host of the Meech Ocho Uno show, that actually was only on Twitter, and there was via wild tweets that we would say. That was the show, but now y'all get to see us together.
I've been thoroughly enjoying Joe's interviews. They are amazing. So shout out to them.
Appreciate it.
We'll be here tomorrow for Just a Fan. We'll probably change it up a little bit because I feel like it needs a little bit of a change up. Not tomorrow's show, but next week it's gonna be. I feel like it's more. I think we can have a little more fun with it. But we also gonna keep y'all up to date on all the entertainment news and all that stuff. So I appreciate y'all for watching. My link tree is below, as I stated on Just a Fan tomorrow. A lot of stuff coming next month. This month I'm a little busy with a bunch of stuff, film reunions and a bunch of stuff. But next month we're gonna be really into it. A lot of fun stuff, a lot of little documentary like series. I already got the script written out. So I just got to put together all the things to do. So it's going to be a lot of fun. You're going to see a bunch of entertainment stuff. I got some on Roman Reigns. I got some on old media versus new media. I got a bunch of little fun type documentaries type stuff that I know people probably, some people told me they want to hear from me on some stuff like that. So.
And one more piece of advice. Stop throwing people's ashes out into bodies of water, y'all. Stop. I seen the second one today and I'm like, what is going on? Stop. It's got to stop.
And shout out to Mr. McVan for $3 million of hush money. It had to be the time when you had do-rag Vince. It had to be. That's the only savage on the world to do that. Do-rag Vince did everything. He said the N-word. He harassed women. Made them kisses. Doing all kind of wild stuff. So.
At this point, I don't know what to call Vince McMahon, but.
It couldn't get the whole McMahon family out of WWE. We out. Love y'all. See y'all next Wednesday for another review of Miss Marvel.
Episode 3.
Be here live because we want to communicate with you. This is what makes this show different. This is why I want to do it live because we can actually interact with you. We're not quite like new rock stars where we can just break down every scene and do all that stuff. We want to communicate with you as fans, and that's what Keeping 99 Review is. We like it, we don't. That's what the show is. Appreciate y'all. We out.